Hi, I'm Manju. Thanks for your interest in Poppins. Just to give you guys a little backdrop of how we built this, it is kind of funny because I and my co-founder Mayank, we are a remote team, and we use Slack extensively for all our communications. And we had this problem where there would be some conversations that we would have wanted to act it upon, but then would kind of fall through the cracks because, as you can see, we have even now a lot of channels, and it's kind of very hard to kind of keep track of. So one of the nights I decided to kind of build a small Slack bot for our own use, and that's how the Poppin Slack app was born. We have been using it internally for a while, um, and recently, in the last 2 3 weeks, what happened was we were talking to some of our founder friends, and we realized they are also having uh, some flavor of the same problem, um, and we just wanted to help them, and we started sharing Poppins with each of them. We never expected to build a business around it or anything. But interestingly enough, all our founder friends were very excited by what Poppins could do for them. And here we are. We should be approved in Slack directory in the next few days. We have about 20 odd teams using us, and we're excited to show what we can for you. Um, so here is one of our channels, our product roadmap channel, which is one of the most active channels. I mean, there are a lot of other channels as well. So there are probably many times as look through some of these messages as a founder or an executive or a leader or even like an employee, you may want to kind of look at this and say, let's say, in this case, Mayank said, okay, the Poppins done is not kind of working here. So I would like to immediately go ahead and create an action item saying, okay, let me look into this. Okay. So that is as easy as it gets. So you can just say that, okay, I'm going to create here, okay, and say this is like a bug, okay, and just submit it. So essentially, what would happen is now this is submitted, and Mayank, for example, or anybody on the channel, when they get to see this, they know that um, you know I have acknowledged it, that it's a bug, and probably I'll be looking into it as well. So there are many ways to create these action items, topics of discussion, or even things that you want to kind of highlight for others to see. One of the ways is like what I showed you. You kind of clip a message. The other way is, once you get into the digest, you can add a new action item. Okay, you can type whatever you want, hashtag them. It works the same way. If you want to add a discussion item, just kind of do the same thing. You can kind of add a discussion item. Um, if you want to kind of want to add any highlight, you could do the same thing as well. Add a new highlight. So essentially, what we are trying to do is we are trying to make it's super easy for you to stay in Slack and manage your entire conversation in Slack without having to kind of switch apps and stuff like that. Um, so this is one way. The other way we could do is you could just go into the messages itself, tag Poppins and say this is an action um, item for the demo. And Poppins would record this. If Poppins is not part of your channel, it'll ask you to include it, and once you include it, that becomes part of the um, it recognizes it, and then it becomes part of your channel digest. The fun thing about this channel digest is um, if you do it, everybody in the channel gets benefited from it. So it's not like everybody has to do it. Even if one of them does it, everybody else gets the benefit of it. And this could be done for direct messages as well. It's not necessary; it has to be done only for um, you know channels, private groups. You can work it on. We can use it for private groups, everything. So we have done this for our internal thing as well. Wherever I want to share something with Mayank, we have a bunch of these things as well. So it works across all kinds of channels, private groups, public channels, and also direct messages. Um, that's a short intro to Poppins. We would love to onboard each one of you. Feel free to email us, and then we'll be happy to get you started. Thank you. Looking forward.